though.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the seminar is geared for the psychological aspect of sports for the younger generations to come.
True.
Okay, so like when you're holding a seminar, how will this seminar be conducted?
Well, all the people that have come, it'll be an introduction. Of course, I'll introduce myself and give a bit of my history.
Okay,
And also, there'll be other different friends that I've played with or different people that I know that will come in and help and also speak. And that's not only per se, could not necessarily be NFL players, it could be also people that have gone through struggles who never played sports but ended up in a bad situation with them being with the wrong crowd or being around the wrong crowd at the wrong time. And then they
right,
got caught up in a certain situation where, I mean, some people are chasing different dreams and they have to stay focused on what their dream is and don't get caught up in somebody else's dream because it might be on a negative side. And once you pull a negative and a positive, you're going to end up with a negative. If you multiply, it's going to be negative. So
yeah,
it's about trying to
yeah,
keep them focused
yeah.
and keep them moving forward in a positive way.
Okay, so the seminar is about the psychological and sociological aspects. I'm understanding now.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, talk a little bit deeper about this seminar. Why do you think that a parent of a youth, any gender, should purchase a ticket that's available on Eventbrite?
Yes, because right now we got to deal with a lot of social injustice that's going on. We have kids that are totally open and free with cell phones, social media, and it's basically just try to help them stay focused on what they want to do.
Are you going to try to help them stay focused, or they will stay focused after attending your event?
Well, the intent, and I'm definitely going to let them know. It is to stay focused. If that's what they want to do. It's a term that shoot for the moon. If you don't land there, at least you'll land amongst the stars. So
Okay.
at least put forth the effort. Attitude plus effort equals performance. So
right. So you're saying that now what I'm understanding from what you said previously is that parents should not live vicariously through their children.
you have some fathers or mothers or whatever the situation is. I see it more so as fathers because they didn't necessarily make it in a particular sport.
Right.
And they're totally just trying to do the best for their child, male or female.
Right.
And they work hard and they want to make sure they pay different money for the equipment and different things like that, but don't overpower the kids so much or the child.
Okay. So as a retired NFL professional, if you could do your whole career over, what would you do different?
What would I do different? I definitely would still. The University of Miami is the University of Miami. I'm blessed and I'm glad I made that decision. Other people said that I wouldn't play, and I said, well, no, I'm gonna play. That's where I wanted to play. It was a deal where my father wasn't even around, Coach Johnson, when he talked to him, but it was a handshake. You're gonna take care of my son, and that was it. And me knowing that is just me. It means that I'm supposed to do what I need to do once I get there to make sure everything's in order. That I do what I need to do, and there was a handshake made. My father made that handshake. So as far as me as his son, I need to go there prepared and do what I need to do.
Okay. So if you could do your whole career all over again,
well,
what would you do different?
I won't say any names, but even coming out, it's politics and everything. And even though I did everything I needed to do, I still was.
That's the answer I wanted.
I was still blackballed. To where certain teams like me, but a coach say, yeah, he's a great player, but there may be a problem. Now that's initiating. There may be a problem that. Charles do whatever he needs to do, but he's not. I was ready for whatever. I mean, I once told the coach. I mean, I'm a practice player, but I'm really a game time player.
Nice.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
So there's a
get
love.
out.
Yeah, there was a level of trust there.
Yes, yes. I
So
mean,
you're saying that as a coach or as a parent, before you push your child, there should be a level of trust
there has to be a
in their
level of trust.
abilities.
Yes, I mean, there has to be a level of trust, and then if you don't trust their abilities, and then you get the proper training and the proper person to help them.
Okay, so
Because it may be not totally just a physical who runs fast. It may be just technique.
okay, technique.
Technique as far as whatever sport they're playing. There's different ways that you can play the game or whatever sport. I mean, whether what it is. Football for me is about geometry, certain angles.
Geometry, angles. Okay, so this technique, how did I don't know your father, but I'm assuming he's in a better place, right?
Oh yeah, I mean he's in a
How
better
was the
place.
relationship with your father when earlier in your career?
I mean, my father. I mean, it was great. I mean, little league football. I mean, middle
How did your father
school.
behave?
I mean, he was totally fine. He didn't get in. I mean, he didn't deal with the coaches and why my son is not playing anything like that. I mean, when I was in little league, Charles, he just said, if you're good enough to play, you'll play. If not, you'll work hard enough, then you'll be good enough, then you'll play.
Okay, so your father instilled in you that trust.
That trust, yeah,
He
totally.
wasn't on top of the coaches. He wasn't meddling in your business as long as you were playing. He wasn't bothering your energy and your vibe as you were going along in your younger career.
Well, he didn't, but it was a certain thing we call brain wrestling. So, I mean, if he
Brain
knew,
wrestling.
yeah, brain wrestling. I mean, as far as he would poke at me about little bitty things. So I wouldn't necessarily get mad, but I'd be flustered. So when I get to the football field, then yeah, I can totally release that stress.
Mm.
So a sense of have fun, and
So
that's a
you
freedom.
okay? So your dad was pulling strings on you.
That's right. And then it was to the end where I just one time smiled at him. I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll have a good game." And all they
Okay.
could do is smile back.
So there was no struggle within your relationship.
No, I mean, when I first went to college, I was like, okay, well, Dad, what else you want me to do? I don't get in trouble, and I'm doing that. And I mean, he still made a little comment. I got an earring in my ear. He was like, well, if you want to be a girl, you should have just told me.
Oh
And I
man.
just started laughing. I'm like, oh, really? So
Yeah.
that means the next game, okay, fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. No, 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 no. But no, but it was still in just fun and love. I mean, it wasn't anything to where I looked at him in a different way.
Right.
I looked at it as okay. You telling me no? You still have to play. As a man. I mean, it's a sport.
Yeah, so it seems like what you're saying is that he had a level of trust. He didn't interfere too much with your career choices, but he fine tuned you and pushed you enough to make you perform at all American levels.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I was
Interesting.
totally comfortable. I mean, with our relationship. As a matter of fact, when my dad passed away, I made sure that I was there, even going to the doctor.
Right.
I mean, he was like, Charles, no, go back to Canada. I said, no, Dad, I can't. I won't.
Right.
So if he has to go to the hospital, extra platelets, whatever, I'm gonna be there. And I used to make a joke with him, make sure you make a happy plate.
Okay.
And if he didn't finish the plate, I'll finish it off. But I'm not leaving. I'm gonna sleep right there. Whenever they're done, then me and my dad can go.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Yes. I would love to end the show on that note, but we have more to talk about, Mr. Farms, and I apologize if we get too deep into conversation today.
No, that's fine. I mean, for me, it's just a matter of me being able to release. I mean,
Okay.
My dad passed away, it was 21 years ago as of September 2nd, of this year. So, I mean, coming up to football season, and of course, if you've played football all year, your adrenaline is going to be a lot strong and everything like this. But I mean, for me being able to be the one like my dad, there's in the neighborhood where I grew up in, Alameda Plaza, Texas.
Nice.